real estate
affects the market as a whole, which then sometimes will affect the tenure.
Right. It'll come in.
to real life.
We all learn in different ways. If you think about it, Wayne Dyer might not attract everybody.
And everything in between.
Mission was really to help people just to reach their full potential.
The Brad Wiseman Show. And now, your host, Brad Wiseman.
All right. Oh, man, this is going to be a really cool show. Different show. We've never done, ever, what we're going to do tonight. So I'm really excited about it. Hey, Hugo, what do you think of my shirt?
No, very patriotic.
Very patriotic.
I didn't mean say, oh, no, oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Don't say, oh,
that's
no.
right.
I mean, come on. Patriotic's good. Now, this is probably one of the ugliest shirts that I have. I think it's close to one of the ugliest shirts I have. So I thought I'd wear it today. I was cooking for the office today, and I decided I need to wear something festive. And
It's
even
very
though
appropriate. Yeah.
it is. Well, July 4th is past us,
Right.
but, you know, even though it's still summer, and it still works.
That's right.
So that's what I'm going to go with, damn it. All right. So, no, we have a show in store for you tonight that is really, really cool. It's something different. You're going to hear some music. You're going to hear from somebody local. And we're not always doing local as much anymore, but this is going to be good. Her name is Maggie Marre. She's a local songwriter. She just came out with an EP called Miss Paranoia. I heard some of her stuff on Facebook and Instagram and things like that, and I thought, I got to have this girl in here. So, yeah, so she's here, and she's going to probably play guitar for us at some point. Hi, Maggie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you can make it.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes. So, this is just amazing because we know a lot of people in common now. We
Yes,
figured out.
yeah.
You know, we know the McFadden's, Maggie and Molly and
They're
Mark
the
and
best, yeah.
Susan, and it's incredible. And I thought, wow, how did I not know this before through social media? But you went to school with them.
I did, yeah. I went to Catholic school with them. We all went
Awesome.
to Immaculate Conception Academy.
Yeah, unbelievable. Well, let's get into your music. So you just came out with this EP. It was
Yes.
June 20th that it came
It
out.
was,
So it was
yeah.
not too long ago. And it's called Miss Paranoia. Tell me about this because I know you went to LA to record some of these
Yeah.
things. Tell me how you got into this and where it's going right now.
Yeah. So I started, I guess, my musical journey like when I was super young, of course.
Yeah.
But writing and music have always been very separate for me.
Okay.
Also, I had the worst stage fright.
Yeah, that's the part that I couldn't understand. Well, not understand. I
Yeah.
get it because I think everybody does have a little bit of that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think you have to work through it, especially if you want to be a musician.
Oh, for sure.
Because
yeah.
that wouldn't work well singing in your closet. Yeah, I mean,
No.
that doesn't work so
No,
well unless you're a
singing-
studio musician, which you could do,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So you started young.
I did. I kind of was in and out. I think my parents probably heard me singing in my bedroom. I used to put like a cover over my head so nobody could hear, and
Wow.
they would never ever hear me. But I think somehow I had a lot of energy. I had three brothers that
Oh,
all
wow.
were very rambunctious and did sports.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of trying to push me towards something peaceful.
Right.
And
What your parents were?
yeah, I had
funny.
a lot of energy. So I guess I was just singing and talking all the time. So
Okay.
they put me in some lessons. I would not sing. I would not open my mouth. My voice teacher, who I've had the same voice teacher since I was like a toddler, I guess.
Yeah.
Her name is Patricia Keith. She's amazing.
Awesome.
But she really helped me this whole journey and stuff. But I would not even sing in front of her.
So
Yeah.
if you can't sing or you can't open your mouth, I'm not
Yeah.
sure how were you humming?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure
I
out how you
think-
were singing.
I was like fake singing, but like,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
singing teachers can tell you're not singing from your diaphragm.
Absolutely.
And she would call that out. And I even had private lessons sometimes that like the whole conflict of it was that I loved singing and I wanted to sing so badly, but
Wow.
like every time I got in front of someone, I just couldn't. And I just got like, I froze. So yeah, even in like private lessons, I would kind of barely sing. And she's
Yeah.
like, you got to sing. So yeah,
So what got you through that? Because that's an interesting thing. I mean, that's anxiety, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, how did you get past that?
Yeah. So, you know, I kind of never thought I would actually do music. It was always something I held very close to my heart.
Yeah.
And so I remember it was the pandemic that I had, even my friends didn't get to hear me sing. My mom my parents have always been super supportive about my music. And
your mom's here in the studio.
She
So hi,
is.
Stephanie.
She is.
She does not want us to bring her up at all. She's like, don't bring my name up. Don't talk to me. No, but that's so they were very encouraging
They
for
were
you.
very, they've wanted me to do this, and I was kind of pushing back. But I remember it was the pandemic, and we were watching Miss Americana, which is Taylor Swift's documentary.
Oh, yes.
Of course,
yes.
I do love Taylor Swift.
Yes, yes.
And I just kind of I was crying, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do.
Wow.
This whole time I've been pushing it off and just, I don't know. That was kind of my breaking point with that. And I had been writing songs through the pandemic also, everyone was just very bored or had different ways of dealing with it.
That could have been too when I saw some of your stuff. I don't know, but at one point I remember you showed up in a feed of mine. It's funny how social media works. And you showed up in a feed and I saw you and at that point I didn't even know you were local. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of one of those things where I saw you and I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this girl's pretty good, whatever. And just, it didn't even really hit me until later on when I started seeing more of your stuff because of Instagram. I think we became friends on there or something like that. But it's interesting how it works. But what Taylor Swift, watching that show or the documentary, got you so maybe upset, not upset, almost frustrated with yourself maybe? Yeah,
it's one of those things where you just, you kind of see a lot of people just, see somebody doing something and they're like, oh, I can do that, or I want to do that. But for me, it's always been something I've wanted to do. I've just been very scared about it because it means so much. And I think I was always really concerned about how I would be perceived or people misunderstanding who I am and what I'm saying. But through writing just in my bedroom and not having to show anyone, and then I finally sent it to my mom and my friends and stuff, that really I was just I love doing this. And after connecting those two things and seeing somebody that was from Reading and did this and got out and is telling these stories, it was so inspiring. And I went to my mom, was like, I need to do this. And that kind of just changed the trajectory of
that's
everything.
Awesome. Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah, it's amazing how and also once I call it bit by the bug. My dad used to call it the curse, which is not as good of the thing, but it was in a nice way. He would say, oh, you got the curse with that. But no, but you get bit by that bug and it's something that, it's why I do this.
Yeah.
Entertainment gets in your blood and you can't get it out.
Yeah.
And if you try to hide it or you push it under inside yourself, there's something missing and you'll feel that there's something missing. So it's a good thing that you're doing it, and it's a good thing you're getting it out there.
Thank you.
So let's go back into, so it says at 16 then is when you worked up the nerve to go to an open mic.
Yeah, so
you must have been so nervous for that open mic.
It was literally so bad, and I love my mom so much because she has to deal with me pre-show vibes. And
is it still like this?
I've gotten much better
because you're very good on this right now.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people get Hugo. A lot of people get really nervous when they're on the podcast. It's funny.
No, I'm definitely a yapper, but when it comes to singing, it's a different story.
Right.
But yeah, I did acting classes. I did some improv to try to help because I had it in my head that I wanted to be an actress before the whole singing thing. And yeah, I don't know who I made a deal with, but I was like, okay, we got to go to the open mic. Noah Gibney hosted, and I went, and I loved it, and then I hated it, and I was like, I'm never going back.
You loved it? Wait, the same night you loved it and you hated it?
I do, because as time passed, I was like, that was great. You work up the nerve. The nerve. You're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, and you do it, and you're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. But then you have some distance, and you're like, I don't think I can do that again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was definitely pulling teeth for the first few times. And I am, again, really grateful for my parents and for my friends for encouraging
Support.
me. Yeah. And just believing in me to keep going because I really didn't think anybody really cared what I had to say. So yeah, I went to the open mic, and I still years after that had trouble with stage fright, but I remember there was a songwriting competition that I became a finalist in.
Oh, cool.
And after that, I was just really inspired by everyone there and their performance and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to do 60 shows to to just get good and get over this for real.
Yeah. And the more you do it, the more.
Because then I had no excuse of it was set in stone and you're going and it'll get better. So yeah.
It's better to commit ahead because then you're doing it.
Yeah, and
you're
I told everyone so I couldn't back out. I told my voice teacher, she put it in a calendar. So
told everybody.
So yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah. That's good, and that's what you got to do. If you point that thing out and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, you're committed to it. That's good. Yeah, well, and I saw some of your stuff on YouTube and things like that, and on Instagram, and it seems like you're doing very well live.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know a lot of times when I used to sing a lot when I was younger, one of the things that would be weird, before I went on, I would sometimes get the little jitters, which actually is very good for you.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with being nervous. There's nothing wrong with anxiety. It's just something you need to just take on and go, okay, this is it. This is okay. And then, but I remember like I would sing like maybe like 2 lines of a song and it's all gone. Hey guys, I want to take a second and thank Comfort Pro. Since 2001, Comfort Pro has been helping customers stay comfortable where they live, work, and play. They have 24/7 emergency service and a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. If you need help with your heating and air conditioning or indoor air quality, call Comfort Pro at 484-917-1803. Mention the show and receive a free humidifier with the installation of a complete system.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're in that place that makes you feel so good.
Yeah.
That you realize this is where you belong.
Exactly.
This is exactly where I belong at this moment, is on stage singing to these people.
Yeah.
And I always say that one of the things with singing it's so unique. And it's a lot of different things though too. Is that what's in my heart while I'm singing a song, my whole goal is to make them feel what I'm feeling in my heart.
Yeah.
And if I can get that across with performing, then I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, so and you probably feel that, you understand that.
It is really rewarding in that
Yeah.
way, and like people coming up and saying, you know, they were moved by it.
Yeah.
It's been very cool.
That's amazing from
Yeah.
one human to another. It's really pretty amazing. It's
Yeah.
awesome. So let's talk more about this Miss Paranoia, this EP that you released, and how this came about. Is that what you did in LA? You were doing that there?
Yeah. So crazy circumstance where I don't know, like it was a fever dream, but it all started with a plane ride with my dad, he was very afraid of flying, and he was just talking the ear off of this guy next to him, like as they were taking off. And of course he talks about his kids a lot,
Yeah,
because
sure.
any dad would. And he was talking about me and my music. And
Yeah.
at this point, again, I was not out there with my music and stuff, but I had stuff that I had written and he played. And he later then found out he was an A&R representative.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, so they kept in touch.
Good
and-
guy to talk to.
For sure.
Really good guy to talk to.
So then he sent him my stuff, and like I was just kind of like, here, like if you like this, you know,
Yeah.
there you go. And that sparked just kind of the beginning of my recording journey. And
how long ago was that?
That was, oh my gosh, stuff started happening, I think like 4 years ago now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for a little bit.
I have.
Yeah, that's cool.
Again, it's been a journey with
Yeah.
me and being out there and being an artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, it started with Zoom sessions, and then I went out to LA in November of 2022.
Okay.
And I did go with my mom, which
Yeah.
was super fun, girls trip.
That's cool. That's a lot of fun.
It was amazing. And we had 5 days, and each day we, from scratch, except for Grocery List had a demo, but we wrote and recorded all the songs on the EP.
Wow. In
And
5 days.
In 5 days.
That's a lot of work in 5 days. Let me
It
guess, were there
was.
some really late nights?
I don't
No?
know if it was
Or
that
long
late.
days?
It were long days,
Yeah.
but it was the most fun I've ever had. It was raining in LA though for some reason.
Which doesn't happen often.
It doesn't,
Yeah.
but it really did set the tone for like some of the more ballady songs.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I am gluten free, which I always have to mention.
You're gluten free? Okay, that's
So
good.
there was a donut shop.
Is this a plug for gluten free, or
I'm just spreading
is your
awareness.
music gluten free? Is the question?
Oh,
Yeah. See, we don't know.
I
It's-
feel
it
like
just-
no. No.
Why is it doughy?
I think so. It has a
A
little
lot
more
of wheat,
taste.
little wheat tasting.
It has a little more, yeah. It has a little more allergic reaction in it.
A little
but-
more allergic reaction. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, but there was this like donut shop, and I just ate donuts and wrote songs all day, and
Wait,
it was the best
gluten-free
time.
donuts.
Yes,
Yeah.
I had to mention that. I'm sorry.
No,
Like,
that's okay. It's all right. I mean, half of the world, I think, is gluten free by now.
spreading
so.
awareness. Yeah.
Yes, it's
So,
incredible. Well, that's good that you figured that out, though. It's good. Yeah.
But it was an incredible time, and I wrote those songs, like I said, almost 3 years ago now. So to finally have them out is just
that's the thing about some of that stuff. It takes forever
It does.
to get it out, and it's so like you just want it to be out.
Yeah.
And you're like, and you have it in your head, and you're like, well, they sound. I listened to. I can tell you what. I listened to Lifeline, which is the one that just came out recently. Is that
Yes,
correct?
that was the recent single.
I listened to Grocery List. I like that. I thought the lyrics were really clever. I like
you.
that. Boy on the Moon, really cool. Like it's a little bit more upbeat and it has like a nice beat to it. And I think there was another one I listened to also. Would it have been Miss Paranoid? Because you said that's actually a song too, or no?
That's the title track. So
yeah, okay.
yeah.
I don't know if I listened to that one or not, but the other ones I did. I really like them. They're really nice.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice song. Very diverse. Each one's a little different. But I like the production too. The production's very good. Whoever was doing that, is it Philip somebody?
Phil Simmons. He's incredible.
Yeah, he's good. I can tell by the production is very nice. You're fortunate to have somebody like that. Yeah,
I really am. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, so let's go into. So you do these songs in LA.
Yeah.
Now you've done those a while ago.
Yeah.
You're finally releasing them now. How do we get music out today? You know, years ago, obviously, it was actually tougher years ago when I was doing this because we didn't have social media. We didn't have any of that stuff. So is it up to the artist to make sure that they keep pushing it on social media? Is there companies that are helping you? Is the AR guy helping you? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. So to release any music, is my understanding, you have to have a distributor. A lot of people use DistroKid, or there's companies that distribute music, meaning just getting them on all platforms and making sure everything's right. And you know, I'm not the genius with that stuff.
That's okay.
Yeah. And then my job as an artist is to just promote and to keep writing and to kind of the back end of things there's like lyric syncing and the album cover art and just kind of all the little final touches on everything that you wouldn't really think of.
Yeah.
There's like pitch opportunities that you have to write and describe. And there's like different apps for claiming profiles and Spotify artists that you have to make sure are in order, and lots of banners and promotion things.
Goodness.
So
it's a lot.
It is a lot to learn, but I think it's really cool that you get to be able to do it yourself and learn the process of it. So like if one day somebody else is doing it for you, you have a little appreciation.
It's not funny.
of
We
it.
just went through that on a podcast recently. We talked about that. Actually it hasn't been out yet, but it was a podcast we recorded.
Yeah.
And we talked about how important it is in any business to know how to do pretty much everything within your business.
Exactly.
Okay. And then if you need to leverage or delegate that later because you're busy doing what you need to do as an artist or as a realtor or as a restaurateur or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you need to delegate that, you now know the value of it. And you know when somebody's doing it right or they're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And we have done that on the podcast here. We found Hugo and I found a company that does my reels and my clips and my shorts and all that stuff. That we were paying for that, and it's okay that we were, and I'm still paying for it, but I'm doing it myself.
Yeah.
And it's a lot less expensive, and they're doing a good job. I mean, it works really well.
Yeah.
It's called Opus Plus, actually. Was it opus.com or opusplus.com? It's a really good website. So if you ever need to do long videos to short videos, really good company.
Thank you.
But so it is important.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you don't know what the value is of those things that you're now delegating.
For sure.
Yeah, so it's good stuff, really good stuff. So what do you see on the horizon here in the near future? Oh, by the way, you're going to Berkeley, aren't you?
I am going to Berkeley.
That's an amazing school.
It is it's a blast. It's really cool. And I'm really grateful to.
Good friend of mine, local guy who actually went to school there. Mm-hmm. His name is Dave Robideau. I can name drop him. He is the head writer for NFL films. Like he writes all of the stuff that you hear in the background for NFL films.
That's incredible.
He went to Berkeley. And his wife did too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and his wife. He met his wife there in Berkeley.
So
yeah. So I know it's a very good school. I know that you can get a lot from that school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And having that on your resume is huge.
Yeah.
Are you meeting a lot of cool people there?
I've met every person I've met has been so cool from like such different backgrounds, but also like I had gone to a summer camp before I actually attended the school, and as soon as I got there, and I do love living here, but like as soon as I got there, I was like, there's so many creative people, like you guys get me, and it was just like a different experience I've never had before, and everyone was kind of just I don't know, we just clicked.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Musicians, when they find each other, it is kind of interesting. Because it's interesting because, like you said, they get you.
Yes.
They understand. And also just that creative, being around that creative energy
Inspiring.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Did you also, I know Dave told me this, and I had another friend that was there, and he never finished, but he was there for a little bit. And he said the realization, though, that you think you're good. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you go to Berkeley and you're like, okay, wow, there's a lot of really good people.
There are.
Yeah. So did you get that realization? I mean, you're very good.
No.
And the thing is too, is the thing that you have to realize though, I think some people get discouraged by that.
Yes.
Well, you have to realize that you're good in your own unique way. Nobody can ever be Maggie.
Times,
I mean, nobody can ever be you.
Yeah.
Nobody can ever be Taylor Swift. Nobody can ever be Hugo. Thank goodness, huh? Oh my goodness. No, but nobody can ever be any of those people, but they're talented.
Yeah.
You know?
I have always said that, and a lot of times, people will say that to me, and they're like, I could never go there because it's just like there's too many good people, and I would be like having imposter syndrome every day. And my take on that, I had a very hard mindset of like, there is room for everyone. And
Absolutely.
As soon as I got there, instead of like being like, oh, I wish I could do that, whatever, I was just so inspired by everyone. I was like, okay, teach me. Like, or like, I could never do that. There was always every single night. I mean, there was supposed to be quiet hours. Like,
oh yeah.
There was at 11. It was supposed to be quiet hours. It was never a thing there. So like 2 a.m.
You're talking about musicians here.
No, never. It's 12 a.m. Like you can hear music drifting from the lounge.
That's cool.
And it's like Uptown Funk, like a 5-part harmony. Didn't even know that existed.
Unbelievable.
You walk down for 10 minutes. There's like a mandolin, a violin, like a 10-piece band happening, and just people that like have never really played together before. Just like on a whim, just playing something beautiful. So,
and that's musicians. That's talent. That's musicians. And you're in a school that, I mean, obviously is not easy to, it's one of the top ones for music. Are your kitchen and bathroom remodels a little overdue? Well, now's your chance to call First Response Contracting. John Sellers will take care of you. 484-256-7136. They do residential and commercial, and they're licensed and insured. Give them a call at 484-256-7136.
I did feel like Hogwarts.
Yeah,
so It was really special.
I actually get that, just so you know. Yeah. But no, it's interesting because it is. It's a very elite school for musicians, and it's I know pretty much a lot of the people come out of there are people that have made it very much so in music.
Yeah.
I know actually all the guys from Toto were from there. The song Africa, if you know the song Africa, it's a great song.
Yeah.
They all came from there, from what I remember.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of big musicians. A lot of studio musicians have come from Berkeley too, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But no, that's awesome. I'm glad you're there. So, a real quick story too. We were talking about a little bit about Berkeley, how there's so many talented people there. Mm-hmm. It is interesting how out in LA, when I went to LA when I was on Star Search.
Yeah.
And one of the things that blew my mind as a musician is there I was going on Star Search, and I had just done the show, recorded the first show, and I had beat the guy that was there before. Mm-hmm. And he comes out and he sits at the piano to start singing. And we're all singing now. Everybody was on Star Search is there singing and kind of, hanging out around this piano. And it was just a great moment. And I was 19 and it was neat. But what was really amazing is we're all there. We were just on this show that's, a show that you auditioned for, whatever. And the doorman from the hotel comes over and starts singing. Blew us all away. Like we were all amateurs compared to this guy.
No way.
Like he was just incredible. And we all sat there and just looked at him like, what are you doing here? What are you doing at the bell? But that's LA.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to make it. They're all, and there's so many people that are so talented that are picking up your luggage, that are making you your dinners, that are, but they're there doing that because they got to make $1.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's the same kind of thing where you think you're good and then all of a sudden a doorman comes in and starts singing. You're like, all right, yeah, I'm not that good.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah. No, it is just, it's crazy, but I'm really glad to be there, and I love Boston and the city, and it's been very crazy, but
very cool.
Very grateful.
Very good. And you're in your second year coming up, is that right?
I will be in my second year. I hope I've learned my lessons with music theory, and I can come back with,
That's the hard stuff.
It's
that's
very
the hard
mathy. I'm not
very
a math
mathy.
person,
Yes, it is.
But
you have to know the rules before you can break the rules. Did you ever hear that with music?
They always say that.
That's a music thing.
My one teacher too, he's like, these are just suggestions. Like it's a theory for a reason, but like you guys have to know it and understand it to appreciate it and stuff. And like,
they're exactly right. Absolutely right. So awesome. So I heard you brought your guitar.
I did.
Okay. Would you mind playing one of your songs from that you just wrote or that you just released? That'd be awesome.
Cool. Oh.
I know you have one handy here, and hopefully we can hear it. We'll.
Yeah, let's make sure.
This is cool. First time. This is the first time. We've never done anything like this in the studio.
I'll make sure. It's
Yeah.
tuned and everything.
Yeah, we don't want to have a not tuned guitar, right?
And the heat too, it really gets them.
Oh yeah. And how long you been playing guitar?
That's another thing. I taught myself how to play guitar because of stage fright. I needed something to kind of anchor me.
Oh my
and also I wanted to write songs.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And most people will go to piano
Yeah,
because
no.
it's a lot easier to play piano than it is to play guitar.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, because that's how I
Yeah.
used to write.
I don't know exactly what inspired me, but my mom has said many times, she's like, you got to stop hiding behind the guitar now. Like, it's
Oh,
been
man.
long enough. But
Well, she's doing good, Mom. I mean, she's doing a great
she's
job.
my momager.
Yeah, no. Momager. I love the terms. So you want
Can you hear
to, yeah, I think all I want to do is maybe just, you know what you can do? Maybe move the mic down a little bit further. Yeah, so you get a little bit of guitar and your voice together. Yeah, now I can hear it. And I'll turn it up.
Okay, well,
Go ahead.
I'll quickly tell the story of this.
Okay,
This
go
is
ahead. Yeah, tell the
Lifeline.
story. This is
Yeah,
fun.
I
feel
so
like a
many
spectator
stories.
now. This is great.
I have a lot of stories for all of these songs. They came about in very interesting ways. My process is kind of like I'll have a conversation with somebody, or I'll be inspired by other people like a lot. So,
Yeah.
or movies or books. I read a lot. But this one, Lifeline, is a little slower, and it started on one of the rainy nights in LA. And we were just talking, speaking of musicianship
Yeah.
and stuff, we were talking about that feeling when like it just feels kind of hopeless and everyone else is so good, and how do you cut through that, and just living as a musician with all the different jobs and trying
Yeah.
to make a living. So that's how it started, and last year was my senior year, and I was playing around at gigs, and everyone did have an opinion on where I should go and what I should do with my life. And me and my friends were kind of just all in the same boat with that. So as I was singing it, it kind of became about that, and trying to find the silver lining, and also realizing that, everything is about to change.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Lifeline. When all was said and done, I lost a part of me. 'Cause I was chasing dreams like their reality. I wish somebody told me that it was only the start of this fantasy. Why did nobody tell me that everybody would tell me who I'm meant to be? I've got no time to cry. I'll be alright. I've been wanting this for all my life. I'll know the time to say goodbye, but I'll just sit here waiting for a lifeline. Even though my friends play nice, I know they're doubting me. Their words don't mean enough to give me dopamine. I wish somebody told me that it was only the start of this fantasy. Why did nobody tell me that everybody would tell me who I'm meant to be? I've got no time to cry. I'll be alright. I've been wanting this for all my life. I'll know the time to say goodbye, but I'll just sit here waiting for a lifeline. I'm just waiting for a lifeline. I'm just waiting
Wow, very nice.
There you go.
Seriously, you have a really nice voice.
Thank you.
Actually, it's interesting because I actually think from listening to your studio stuff, and this is the way it is sometimes, but I think you have there's things in your voice that maybe are not even getting picked up in the studio stuff.
Yeah.
Because you've got some inflections and things in there that are really, really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very cool. And you notice how these mics, a lot of people are using these microphones now.
I actually have this mic.
Is this the one you have?
Yeah.
Isn't it a great microphone?
Yeah, it
When you're a
is.
singer, like you just love microphones.
Yes. I love this one.
Yeah, it's good. But no, it sounds very, very nice.
Thank you.
Good song. Good song.
thank you.
Yeah, and the one thing that as a singer that only thing you have to be careful with is don't change your voice for anybody.
Yeah.
Like make sure, I always say in as a vocal, my daughter's singing now too. She's 13 and she's got a really good voice. Yeah. She's dealing with the whole stage fright of doing that too. Mm-hmm. She's not quite sure she will, she's doing theater and stuff like that, but it's a little different.
Yeah.
And she'll love the show. She's going to love the show. Aww. But yes, it's, one of the things I always say is that you just have to be careful that when you have a vocal person, make sure it's a vocal coach and less of then you don't want more vocal teaching. You want vocal coaching. Yeah. Because you have to be careful. They'll try and change how you hit notes and how you do things. Now you want to use your diaphragm because you don't want to don't want to lose what you have. Yeah. But just be careful with that. That's all.
Something I've been really grateful about with working with Miss Patricia.
She's a coach.
She's literally like, I don't like that might just be something that you do that it makes you. Like we don't want to change Maggie.
Don't touch it.
Like,
don't
if it's
touch
Maggie,
it.
Like yes.
Like the little things at the end of your phrases that you're doing. Reminds me a little bit like Alanis Morissette. There's like a little bit of a something at the end there that is cool. That's very cool. And it's not something that everybody does.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. I forget like talking to a singer now. It's amazing.
Well, I used to produce females and other people.
No way.
I used to write and produce for a girl
amazing.
years ago. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
amazing.
So I get it. So I feel like we're not even doing a podcast anymore. This is just fun, right?
Yeah.
But no, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
I really, really appreciate it. This is just a great time. Yeah. I want you to come back. I'm going to follow your career. We'd love to have you back when you're doing your music or anything that's changing with your career. Just let us know.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much for having me.
So MaggieMarre.com.
Yeah, you can follow me on all social medias at Maggie Marre, MARRE. And I go stream Miss Paranoia. I hope you like it.
Awesome. It's great. It's really good stuff. So definitely want to listen to that. All right. Man, that was amazing. There you have it. Local songwriter here, but I'll tell you what, I don't think she's going to be local for very long. Maggie Marre, Miss Paranoia, MaggieMarre.com, and that is MaggieMarre.com. All right, that's about it. Thanks for joining us every Thursday at 7 p.m. All right.